Hello and welcome. I'm Brad. I'm Sweaty. That's Si. He's Mikeless. And this pretty much sums up our channel right now. We're still trying to work out the kinks, but we hope you enjoy it. Anything you want to add, Si?
Cue the montage.
Oh my God, what a goal! So here we are today. We're talking about Rocky. We're talking about the original, the iconic Best Picture winner, which was written and starring Sylvester Stallone. So basically, Si, have you seen this film before?
I have done actually. I've seen it a number of times. I mean, my dad, this is his type of film in abundance. So this film, I had all the box sets for all the Rockies. I watched them all. Lost count of how many times I watched them all through, especially in my younger days, because I'm getting old now. But in my younger days, especially, at the time, I suppose Rocky 4 was my favorite, but that was because I was young and naive.
Today we're just going to be talking about the original, right? So really what's interesting with this is that this was our pick for Best Picture winner, which really, when you think of Rocky as we do now, it's hard to imagine Rocky being a Best Picture winner. Because when you think of the franchise, you kind of just think cheesy sports movies. Well, that's the complete opposite of what this film is. But it's like 3 and 4. Like, it's weird. I've never really seen a franchise turn like this. Like, they're all similar enough, but then they're also all completely different.
Okay.
Each movie feels like a Rocky movie, but tonally, like there's a robot in the 4th movie, and he's fighting Russians for essentially American freedom. It's a metaphor for the Cold War. In the first one, it's just a plucky underdog story. And even then, we'll get into it as we go on, but it's genuinely dark and gritty, this movie at parts. Like, you always forget how real this movie feels. So it's surprising how slow-paced it is, as I was saying, It's just, but I like that. I think it is. I mean, I'd say Creed was my favourite Rocky movie, but this is the best one.
Right.
Like, Creed's just got a rewatchability about it, which, not to say this isn't rewatchable, but it's not one I'd put on every... Rocky 4, I think, is more rewatchable than this Rocky.
Oh, right. Okay.
Not that it's a better film, but what I mean is, right, you could stick on Rocky 4, as long as you just suspend disbelief, you'll just have a fun time, right?
Drinking.
Rocky 1, it's like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Absolutely love it. One of my favourite movies. I couldn't watch that every week. It's a heavy drama. This is much heavier than any of the Rocky sequels, right? And that's what surprised me the most. Like the actual training montage and the fact there's a reason why they're the most iconic moments of the film, because they're the most fun and entertaining, and they're really brilliantly done. But I feel like a lot of people they'll forget that Paulie in this movie is like an alcoholic arsehole.
Yeah, I know.
He's a manipulative, abusive kind of brother to Adrian. But then by the sequels, he's just comic relief.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, there's a reason, right? I always forget this movie got 4 acting nominations at the Oscars.
Really?
Yeah, Paulie was nominated, Rocky was nominated, Adrian was nominated, and so was Mickey.
Wow. So the other 3 were just supporting roles, though, weren't they? And then...
Adrian was nominated for lead actress.
Oh, right. I thought it was still...
Yeah, exactly. She's not really a lead, is she?
No.
I think it's one of those where I think they just put her in there because she'd been nominated before for Godfather Part 2. She's also in the Godfather trilogy.
Yeah.
And they probably just put her in because she I guess she's on the poster. She was a big name, and they were just like, she can go in lead. She was never going to win. No, I forgot as well, actually, how he isn't even that good in the fight.
No, he's not. He's don't have any defense. He's obviously he can hit hard.
Pretty hard in the first round or two. He just has moments where he hits back, and
that's why he lost the fight. But
because when I was younger, for some reason, I always viewed it as, he was a much better fighter, and he was robbed of a victory. But yeah, watching it back, I'm like, no, Apollo deserved the victory.
Mm. Oh yeah, he definitely did. It was just more of the point as well that obviously Apollo never been knocked down before, had he?
I do think some things haven't aged that well and are kind of hokey. And it is a lot more serious than we remember. And it's not really the movie's fault, but the franchise does detract from the movie, I think. Because for me, I mean, it's one of those where, like, if I'm looking at it on a purely individual basis, it is a better movie than people, I think, give it credit for.
Right.
But it is marred by the reputation of some of the Rocky sequels. Because they do become very patriotic, corny kind of movies.
Dude, but we're not doing a series though. You have to just.
Yeah, I know, but you can't take it out of context. It's kind of like how people, so with Game of Thrones, people are saying the whole show's ruined because they didn't like the ending. Right?
Right. Okay.
I'm not saying that this movie is ruined because of it, but there is an impact there. Because what I mean is, I think you go in expecting one kind of movie, and you don't get that at all.
Mm.
I think that what they did with the sequels, while the sequels are enjoyable in their own right, I think does genuinely influence your view of this movie.
Mm.
Either you like it more because it's the more serious one, or you're a bit disappointed because there isn't that much fighting in it. There isn't that much sports stuff. It's character drama. Because I feel like the people that love Rocky 4 will go into Rocky 1 and will love moments of it. But other bits, like as a kid, I remember not even rating this one that highly. Because,
really? Even as a kid?
Well, because what I mean is, when I was little, right, I was just, if I was watching the Rocky movies, it was because I wanted to watch the fights. And you don't get that in Rocky 1, because Rocky 1's its own thing. And I do think the sequels do ruin that to an extent. Because they make what made the first one great into kind of a trope and a cliche. You know?
Mm.
And so, like, even like whenever you see like someone cheering for him, like Adrian cheering for him and stuff, it's kind of like, oh, of course, they've got to do that. It's the loving. It doesn't. Whereas, you know, like you watch it for the first time, and you're like, go on, go on. But after a while, you know, it's because they do it in all the sequels and stuff, and they notice like him dropping to the floor, making you think, is he going to do it? Is he not? They just make it repetitive. So what was once fresh and original kind of becomes, oh, we've seen it before. It's not the movie's fault. It's just I do feel like the sequels do impact the original. Pick for best line, yeah. Or favourite.
I hope I get it right. I hope I say it right. But it's when Mickey says, you're going to eat lightning, but you're going to crap thunder, I think he says.
Oh, okay, right.
You're going to eat lightning, but you're going to crap thunder. My impression of that.
All right, so I've got two. Obviously, Yo Adrian's like the iconic one.
Well, yeah. In terms of iconic lines, yeah.
But my favourite is, well, it's actually a bit of a back and forth. So Mickey in the ring is like, your nose is broken. And Rocky's like, oh, does it look? Mickey's like, it's an improvement.
Yeah.
I think that was a nice little exchange. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, in terms of favourite, I'd say Yo Adrian, maybe I'd have to go that just because it is the most quotable.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if Jurgen Klopp's saying it, then it says it all, really, doesn't it, in terms of how iconic it is. But there's a few lines. I mean, favourite scene, I'd probably go, Favourite scene.
I've got 3 down.
Yeah, it's difficult, that one, because like my favourite scenes was the montage.
Yeah,
probably.
that counts.
Does that count? Yeah, probably the montage then. If I was going for like a singular type of scene, I'd probably go. With the very end. You know, after the bell's gone, everyone's surrounded, the music comes on.
Adrian, you want to go for that?
Yeah, exactly.
Rocky, I love you.
Like you could hear each other, but yeah.
I've got Final Fight, which, to be clear, you could go the whole match, but if we're going specific scene, I'm saying the end of round 14, just that moment where he's where the music swells, and like I say, he's down, he's almost going to drop to his knees, but he stays up, and then Apollo, like I said earlier, is just in disbelief. So where would you put Piano Man in this movie?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Probably over the montage.
Oh my god.
Because that's a real motivational song. More
Absolutely.
than motivational song that they use for the montage. So
Actually, I know where to put it, actually. So, you know, after he beats that Spider Rico at
oh yeah.
the beginning, and he's walking through town in Philadelphia, you play Philadelphia as like part of your opening credits, and him walking
Yeah.
through the streets. It's
Yeah,
9 o'clock on a Saturday. You have that going?
yeah, I suppose that would work, but I think mine fits better, to be fair. Not being biased again.
Right, so the iconic training montage has Piano Man over. So when he's jumping up and down like that, it's sing us a song, you're the piano man.
Yeah.
He's jumping up and dancing.
Could you imagine it?
Okay, who was your MVP of the movie?
I probably would give it to.
Blah, 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 blah.
I know I started my probably there. I'd probably give it to. I mean, Sylvester Stallone. Obviously, it was one of his better acting performances, so it'd be hard not to give it to him just because if you compare it to his other roles, he's all right in this one.
Right.
But I want to try and give it someone a bit different. I like to be a bit different like that. So
Okay.
I quite like Paulie in it.
Very young.
Especially his dramatic scenes as well. I think he's quite good in them particular scenes.
Oh, definitely.
So I'm going to be a bit different. I mean, yes, technically I should give it to Stallone because it is one of his better acting roles. But I'm going to give it to Paulie just because I think I just want to be a bit different with it, basically.
Fair enough. Burt Young is Simon's MVP of the film.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going Stallone.
Fair enough. Nice and simple.
Yeah, exactly.
I just knew you were going to go for it, so I thought I'd go for someone a bit different. Who I
I
thought
did,
would
you know. Well, you know.
worthy potentially of like a supporting actor.
But, oh yeah, definitely. But I don't know. I'd say like, well, the reason why I wouldn't go Paulie personally, even though Paulie is really great in the movie, is that we don't remember him like that. His character's like completely rewritten in the sequels.
But we're not comparing the sequels, though.
Oh, no, definitely. But what I mean is like this movie created an icon in Rocky.
Sure.
And it's written by Stallone. It's starring Stallone. And you're rooting for the guy the entire way. The guy's a freaking loan shark, essentially.
Paulie.
Now, that's the movie I want to see, you know.
Imagine the remake of Paulie.
They do a prequel show just called Paulie.
Yeah. I mean, that would be pretty amazing, actually. I reckon that'd be quite funny.
Right. But yeah, I mean, I thought you was going to go Mickey at first, to be honest, when you said you was going to...
I was considering Mickey.
I'd say Mickey's the more iconic character, but Paulie's maybe has a bigger impact over the series.
Mm.
So we've just watched Rocky. Obviously, our shirts are different, doesn't matter. So, Si,
I think you should make a good Apollo Creed.
Okay, so Barbara Streisand is going to be Apollo Creed. So now Rocky is a woman beater, as well as. Okay, let's see. You've got, because the thing is, the trick with this is you've got to cater to her ego to an extent. She isn't going to. She's going to want to be Paul. She's not Paulie. Fucking hell. She's going to be Adrian. She's going to absolutely. If she gets this, she's like, I'm Adrian. But Adrian probably isn't as shy.
Oh, complete opposite.
Also, as well, actually, she's the one who stands up to Paulie, like, properly.
Yeah.
And she goes Paulie out. Paulie gets thrown out at the end.
Paul is bullying Rocky, and Streisand's the reason why Rocky then turns into this, like...
Exactly. She's part of the training montage. She's the one telling him to do the push-ups.
Yeah, she takes over from Mickey as well. It's like, Mickey, you're doing a terrible job here, and takes over.
Yeah, Mickey's final scene is when Rocky yells at him and he leaves in the hallway. That's Mickey's final scene. He's not in the rest of the movie. Barbara Streisand takes over and trains him. And
yeah, Mickey goes back to the gym. Streisand says, so, are you training Rocky or not? No, you didn't want any of it. You pussy, Mickey. I'll show you how to.
Yeah, absolutely. Streisand. Streisand comes in. That's it. She's now much more dominating and domineering. She trains Rocky herself. Right? And Gonna Fly Now is sung by Barbara Streisand.
Oh, of course.
She's absolutely singing the theme to Rocky. There's no question about it. Thank you for watching our video. If you want to look professional and act like it too, just see me and where I got this shirt.
And you can pay him absolutely nothing for some free advice on that to look professional.
I don't know how to get you an iron, but I can get you a shirt. That's the main thing.
It comes creased as well, all creased up just for your liking.
Exactly. We've got to keep it personal, just like our videos. And if you like them, like you like this shirt, don't forget
then please
to like
vote Brad.
Yep.
Oh, that as well. See you in the next one.
See you in the next one. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.